This is Sean with Gate City. We're on a job today in Greensboro. And so what we've got going on here is we've got just like a lake that forms right here. And this gutter situation, we have basically half the roof up here, which is coming down, landing here, and then trying to make its way all the way over here. And so this gutter, and look how steep the roof is too. So this gutter is just like, just cascading, overflowing. So we're going to catch this gutter, we're going to add a downspout here, and we don't really have any fall across here, so we're just going to do an above ground pipe on these vent wells. Once we get to the corner here, we're going to try to dive underground, and it's going to be real tricky because it's super flat across here. But we're going to trench through here, and then once we get about here or so, we're diving really hard down to the street. So our main problem today is going to be all these utilities that are running through here. So hopefully we can get through here, and then we're going to core the curb. So I've got Ronald and Jeremy here, got the box truck, and I've got the trencher. We got the mini Bobcat because we came from another job, but we're not going to use that here.
Strip a layer off of it.
I'm up here at the roof and I want to add that downspout, so I need to take this little shield off of here and take the gutter guard out. So let's see if I can get that done. Alright, let's see if I can get this on film. I'm up on a ladder and trying to hold everything all at once. Okay. Now the whole point in that tool is that it leaves a nice smooth edge right there. So you can see that there's no obstruction here. So some of the other ways of connecting downspouts, there's like a little ridge along here. So this is a very expensive tool. My gutter guy's the one who told me what to get, but that's the way to do it. This is definitely going together, but I will definitely gladly pay the gutter guy Greg to do this. They do like 20 of these or 30 of these a day, and this is taking me quite a while. So adding one downspout is not really worth him coming out for, and so that's why he told me what tool to get so I can do this myself. And so yeah, it's coming along okay. While I'm messing with that above ground pipe in the back, the guys are starting to trench here, and because there were so many utilities running through here, they wanted to hand trench. And so it had rained fairly recently, and so the ground wasn't super hard, and according to the guys, the hand trenching wasn't really bad at all. So they were fine doing that. We pretty much left the trencher on the trailer, so that was kind of tragic, but they were happy to not hit anything with the trencher, any lines, any communication or utilities. The internet line is over here, and our trench is going here, and the guys just found something right here. So I guess it's a good thing we were hand digging this, eh?
Yep.
God, what a mess. And it looks like the pizza's here too.
Oh, happy day. A good example here of an old French drain with some of that good corrugated.
Oh yeah?
Some of that gravel corrugated running here.
Yep.
It's apparently failed.
Huh. Yeah. So why not just take that gutter water straight to the curb in a solid pipe, eh?
Exactly. Yeah, instead of turning it like they did.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a little mini French drain.
Yep. That's what they like to do, is disappear the water underground, and
Creates an issue later.
yeah, who knows where it goes.
Yep. Nice.
Ready for this one to go in?
Sure.
The back area of this house is so completely flat that we had to go above ground with our pipes, and that's what you saw me just put in. And so now at the corner here, we are going underground, but it's still really, really flat across here. And so we're trying to preserve as much fall as we can before we go under the ground. And so what we're trying to do here is get the pipe basically to a happy medium, to where it's still flowing and going downhill and we're not running out of fall, but where it's going to look okay as well and not be a tripping hazard or any other kind of problem. Blue.
Not as bad as what I done yesterday. I got in my shed yesterday evening looking for something. Got in my little bucket with my cutters and stuff for. Had darn old can of primer that turned upside down in there.
Oh.
You know what kind of mess that makes.
Yeah.
I'm dreading that. Yeah,
I'm
purple can first time in use.
We're making pretty good progress. Jeremy's hand trenching this, and Ronald's down there hand trenching down there. And why are we hand trenching it, Jeremy?
Well, in today's drainage adventures, the marking that was done for the utilities was off by a lot, and basically where we started, where the marks were, got none of the wires, none of the utilities, until we get to the very bottom, and then it was hit or miss. So where we normally would have trenched through this area, because we were well away from all of the marks by at least a good 3 feet, if nothing else, made the call to, yeah, let's not, because if they messed up on where it was, they probably messed up on where it wasn't. So
Okay, yep.
we hand did it, and Ronald discovered the one of the utility lines directly in the middle of the trench. So if we'd have trenched it, it would have messed
Instantly shredded it.
Instantly shredded.
And this client is working from home, so we would not have been very popular.
No, but that's okay. Customer satisfaction.
Yep.
I'm gonna get back to the video.
We just test fit our pipe, and it's high right here, so if you tap on the pipe with your foot, you can see where the high points are. So right there and there, maybe a little bit right there. That way we're not digging a bunch of extra stuff that we don't need, because that's not how we do things.
Not if we can help it.
Is that a full bubble?
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that's a hot spot.
All right, we're getting ready to core this thing. So here's our setup. We've got the core drill set. We have got a screw style jack in there. And then we've got a fixed point. And so that's gonna apply pressure. And then I've got a screwdriver to screw the jack. And I've got a block to take up some space as we roll through here. What do you think, Ronald?
I think it's gonna work.
You think it's gonna work?
Oh yeah, under 7 minutes.
All right, it's 1:54. Hopefully y'all can see that. Let's see how we do. All right, you want to get her started first?
Good?
Yep. All right. Yep.
Good?
Yep. $201.
Nice.
All right, we just popped through here. All right, we just popped through here, and it's now 201. Let's see that thing. Wow, what a beauty. Yep,
Smooth.
look at that.
Thank you, Jeremy. Pretty quick.
I've said it before, but thank you for all the people who suggested doing it this way with a fixed point, the screw jack, and then that's what applies pressure to it. Because the core drill will core, it's just the applying pressure that's so hard.
It's in. The question is, how far do you want it?
I want it back about a 1/4 inch off of there.
Okay.
Yep, keep going.
It's digging into the pipe.
Okay. Yeah, let's leave it right there, Ronald.
Good.
We're kind of at a bad angle here, and it's putting pressure on that
Good.
concrete.
It's definitely sealed.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yep. Good. That's the one we look.
There you go.
That's the one we're looking for.
Why is that?
It's the last one.
All right.
That's the key to tying it all together.
All right, we're gonna give this a try here. So let's walk down to the curb, see how we did. We got the garden hose going.
Sweet.
Oop.
There you go.
There it is.
Okay.
That's why we use PVC. Okay, we are finished with this job. So we got everything seeded and strawed, got everything cleaned up. And I wanted to show you real quickly the back here. We really had to stay high. Look at how flat this is. So we really didn't have any fall to work with across here. So like I've done a bunch of times, we created some fall by having the pipe up high. Now it looks kind of bad, but as you just saw, it flows really, really well. So adding this downspout too was a big deal, because before we were trying to get the water to go from here, the middle, all the way to here, and then move all the way to here. All the while more water is coming from this really steep roof. So it was just cascading over top of those gutters. So that should add a lot of capacity. Just one more downspout. You should always have a downspout on each end for maximum capacity. So I can't wait to get back out here in the rain and see how it does. I'm back out here checking on this system that we put in. It's been probably about a month and a half or so, and It just stopped raining. We had a heck of a downpour coming on. So that's how it always goes, but that's flowing pretty good right there. And I've talked to the homeowner a couple times. He said things are going really well over here. So this area is definitely an issue, but we're getting the gutter water out of the equation with this system. And so you can see there's still some water back here, but this is just the water that's landing here. And this was the additional downspout that we put in. That additional downspout was a big deal in getting just a higher capacity for the gutters. And you see up there where the top roof is basically dumping onto the bottom roof here, and a lot of that water is going right into our new downspout instead of having to make its way all the way across, in addition to collecting all the water from the roof there. So this area is a little bit of a concern here, but that's always been like that with that low point. So getting that gutter water out of the equation was a huge deal in this area. The homeowner's really, really happy with everything. He's been keeping a close eye on it. So yeah, we may want to bring some dirt in here and kind of feather this out. And we talked about that as a possible phase 2 here, but this whole area is just a bowl. We also might be able to put a pump in right there, and then discharge it into our pipe. That's a possibility. Or maybe a pump basin here too. So either way, this is greatly improved. And we basically took all that gutter water out of the equation by placing it into a pipe and bringing it down here. And so this right here is the problem water. That's the water that was landing back there and just piling onto everything else that was just raining and landing in there from the rain. So getting that gutter water out of the equation has been a huge deal for helping that backyard. This was a pretty interesting job. When I went and looked at it, I almost didn't want to quote the job because that back area is so flat. And also the roof is really, really steep. And so my original quote on this was to get the gutters caught and get the gutter water basically out of the equation. And so this homeowner was really easy to work with in terms of he really worked hard to understand exactly what we were doing and make sure that we were on the same page. And so when you have a homeowner like that is really knowledgeable and is trying to understand what you're going to do, then you have a better chance of saying, okay, we're gonna catch the gutter water, which is now landing in the back area. The back area is super flat. There's nowhere for the water to get out of there. And we're going to take that water, that gutter water, and send it straight to the curb. And so there'll be less water in the back to deal with. And so we're not 100% solving that back issue because it's so flat across there, but we're lessening the impact that the gutters are having. And so he was fine with that. Okay, let's do that with the pipes. So we did that. We added that one downspout, and that worked really well. But we did get a really, really heavy rain, and the homeowner sent me some video where that upper roof was skipping over that little deflector piece. And so let me show you that video really quickly. The homeowner is going to talk to the person who installed those gutters and maybe try to get that little deflector piece lengthened. My gutter guy also gave him a price for redoing the upper gutters and sending that downspout from the upper gutter all the way to the pipe. And so the homeowner is I guess, figuring out what he wants to do with that, and he'll let us know. As far as that residual water in the back, that flat back area, we knew that was going to be still there. It just wouldn't be as bad as it was before. And so a couple possibilities there is we can put in a sump basin. You really can't put in a catch basin because the catch basin would have to go in the low area, and then the pipe draining the catch basin would have to be even lower. And then as you move away from the catch basin, you have to continually fall. And so you just very quickly run out of fall in a long, flat stretch like that. And so I think a sump basin would be the best bet if the homeowners are still concerned about that residual water. It never had a way to get out of there to begin with. And so by taking the gutter water out of the equation, we've basically lessened the impact that water's having. And I also made sure that the crawl space was not flooding. So that was a big question when I first got out there. Is the crawl space flooding? He said no. And so if the crawl space was flooding, then this probably wouldn't be as good of a solution because we may still have crawl space flooding. So everything's working out really well. The homeowner's going to get back to us if we need to redo that upper gutter, and then if we need to put in some sump basins. So for now, everything's good, and the homeowners are happy with our work out there. So let me know what you all think of this job, and thanks as always for watching. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this drainage job. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can become a member, you can become a Patreon, you can give me a super thanks, or you can buy me a coffee, and the links are below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next one.